This week's economic update is presented by Augusta Business Daily and TAB, the Alternative Board.
We're all concerned about future employees for our businesses with Coach Dave. I'm Neil Gordon, and there's some medical jobs available. I'm going to throw you a bit of a curveball. Has cancer ever impacted your family?
Certainly has. I got a little bit. My dad had prostate cancer.
Sorry to hear that.
And there was some. I think my mom had breast cancer. She hid that when we were young. But,
yeah.
They don't really tell you. But I think I deduced that. So.
Well, unfortunately, and on both sides of my family, my wife's family and my family, the same. And unfortunately, cancer is on the rise, and there's a need for researchers. And we've got the Cancer Center in the Augusta area. We're so blessed for that, and there's a pilot program going on that we want to tell you about, and there's potential jobs. It has to do with the mobile lab at A.R. Johnson High School, the Health Science and Engineering Magnet School, and a lot of the students are interested in joining the healthcare industry, but I want to make sure I get this right. Demand for cancer treatment is expected to grow by 40% as the population ages. So they're learning how, through the help of doctors at AU, to test for illness for cancers, and they're using real-world equipment from the center's mobile cancer molecular biology lab experience for local high schools. So it's a mouthful, but it's just, if you think about it, I'm 60 years old, but it's comforting to know that in 10 or 20 years, we're going to have more researchers. And so that's where some of the jobs are heading, which is fantastic. Dana Lynn McIntyre has the story at AugustaBusinessDaily.com if you'd like to learn more.
More workforce development news. Augusta University has partnered with Savannah River National Laboratory for workforce development in cybersecurity and technology. This is a huge win for our area, and we have over 700 students now enrolled in the school. And what that does is helps us transition away from the textile industry and some of the jobs that weren't as highly skilled, and addresses that skills gap for people. So, students, they gathered at the Cybersecurity Center. We've found over and over again that bringing people from the area as opposed to outside, they tend to be, it's much more sticky, and they stay with their employer much longer, and that's just a really great thing. So
that's good for SRNL.
Very good. Yes, absolutely. Wonderful. And there's many examples of that that they have, of where students transitioning into that workforce, changing even changing in their majors, which I thought was very, very cool.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, well, it's a great paying profession, which is helpful too.
More about finding the right candidates for your job. The TAB article this week talks about open positions and how hard it is for employers to address that skills gap as well. It comes into place so many times when let's say we talk about this with TAB a lot, is that you hire for what they know, and then you let them go because for what they maybe don't know, or their attitude, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
So a couple of ways that employers can tackle this issue is one of the things that employers can do is to conduct a skills gap analysis in that initial interview. Find out what they currently do know. I think so many times we're just happy to have someone in front of us, right?
Yeah, but it's terrible though if you put the wrong people in the bus seats, as you were, right? I've heard that expression.
Yeah, that's a very good, right.
Because you go backwards 6 months or so, which is not good for the company.
Right, and so exactly, so you have that, make sure you don't have such a gap. And then what that allows you to do is match your new employees with the appropriate tasks for their skills. And it's also important to go in and look at your current employees and maybe move them around based on their tasks.
Put them in maybe in the skills, back of the bus, the left side maybe, or if it's a bit more in marketing.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And probably the biggest thing is recruit for soft skills. We touched on this at the beginning of the article, is that, if you have the right soft skills, and by soft skills I mean others, not the hard technical skills, recruit for.
You're good with communication.
Right. Those types of things.
Yeah.
And then provide training. That's the last thing that is, help them move from around, develop their skills.
I love that, yeah. And Coach Dave's partner, Darren Myers, has a very comprehensive look at the skills gap that Dave's been talking about. And we have the link to the article at the bottom of our YouTube video in the comments, so we hope that you read it. And of course, we'll be back with ABD Extra again next Monday, and we'll kind of go through the week that was, but that was the week that was, workforce development.
Very good.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This week's economic update is presented by Augusta Business Daily and TAB, the Alternative Board. To learn how TAB can help your business, visit tabcsra.com.